How's everybody doing? Waiting a few minutes before some of you guys get on, but boy, I'll tell you, this is gonna be some fun tonight. Let me make sure that my volume is up, which it is. Wow, how's everybody doing out there? Tell me where you guys are plugging in from. Tell me what you're excited about. Let me tell you, I just arrived home late last night from Ireland. Yes, which was awesome. Yes, unbelievably awesome. I feel so honored to continue developing a global team because I'm so inspired for what our corporate amazing team has in store for us that work hard to improving lives. Isn't that crazy that we get rewarded for doing things that will improve lives? So back home, so excited to be home, ready to get geared up and do big things for September. Am I jet lagged? Yes, my husband called me like a few hours ago and he goes, "How you doing?" Well, I'm drinking coffee, I'm drinking my sparkling water. I feel like I'm going to vomit and I don't know what's quite right with or what's wrong with me, but I've been taking my supplements. I exercised this morning and I'm just so grateful to be here with you this evening. As you know, in NS Training, we do our best as a group of leaders to bring you training that will support you in your dreams of aspiring to do big things with Nu Skin. And we do that every Tuesday, Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, I have a surprise for you because I have been talking to many great leaders that have yet participated and giving of themselves, if you know what I'm saying. So maybe these are leaders that have been with us for a long time, but they haven't taken a platform to train and show you what they're doing among their team members. So that is going to be coming very soon. In fact, what we're gonna start doing right here in NS Training is putting up an announcement each month of what the training topics are and who will be covering those trainings. That way it gives you some time to get that information out to your teams, right? And get excited whether or not you guys all get together when it's NS Training Night and you guys are all in the same living room together taking notes and exchanging ideas. Because isn't that the truth, you guys? We all learn from each other if we'll just kind of get out of our own way and be willing to learn from others. I ask lots of questions. I have lots of informational meetings with fabulous young and older leaders. And you know what? It's how I've developed as a leader. Really, it's how I've developed as a continuing, growing leader. None of us are perfect. All of us have ups and downs in this business, correct? So that brings me to the topic this evening. Go ahead and throw me a 1 down there if you've had anyone that you've ever brought into your business quit. Seriously, I want to know from all of you right now. Have any of you brought someone to this business and they quit? All right? So many of you that are actively building this business have probably had lots of people come and go, right, Becky? Lots of people, Crystal. I love your guys' honesty. Karen Johnson's in the house. It's Judy. Thank you so much for just being honest and real. Now, my question for you is, do you like it when people quit? You don't have to comment, but none of us like it when people that we admire and love and we bring into this business to sit on our board of directors. I call them business partners. Dawn Marie, I know, girl, right? 1111111. It's just the nature of this business. And so had a few conversations with some of the leaders while being in Ireland, and I feel like the energy has shifted among many of us leaders from this, focusing on the gift every day that we have to offer potential business partners. okay? Or focusing on the solutions, if you will, that you and I get to offer potential customers because we represent the best product line in the world as it relates to anti-aging and wellness. But instead, what you and I, and notice I'm throwing me right on in there, but many of us have shifted. So some of us have had a great, fabulous 3 to 4 years, like boop, it's been fun, right? And then what happens when you build fast, your business stabilizes and people realize it's not a good fit for them. So what we have all done, and now I want to know from you if you are guilty of doing this as well as moi, is throw a 2 down there if you guys have spent more time worrying about, oh no, that's that new company out there. And oh no, she left. And oh my gosh, I've got to go ahead and I got to reach out to my people. And now I'm scared that, oh no, who else is going to leave us? And oh wow, that person made a public announcement that they're leaving because they found blah, 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 blah. Have any of you besides me start worrying and shift your mindset from doing this over here, which is spreading the energy and the excitement as to what our opportunity, both product and business, can offer the next person. And instead, we've all shifted, right? How's that going for you? How's that going for all of us? We've all experienced, probably some of us more than others, a big freaking fat decline in our business because our mindset has shifted. It's shifted to worrying. Any of you out there wake up in the middle of the night worrying about, oh gosh, who's the next one that's going to leave? Oh my gosh, this is my 2nd month where volumes were down. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. What are we going to do? Anybody out there besides myself worry about that? Well, let's bring this back over here. And that's what the topic tonight is. It is, you guys. Let me tell you how this business works, especially now with social media. You don't own your people. Unfortunately, you and I do not own our people. And so thinking about this, as some of you guys know, I love to learn. And when things get tough or we go through challenges, it only inspires me to find the solution. Figure it out, right? So what I started realizing is accepting the fact that people are going to leave us. People are going to leave us. And so if they're going to leave us because maybe it's not a good fit, maybe they have struggled experiencing success with new skin, or maybe because of social media, they see it as shiny object. So let's start there. What can we, you and I, do to get better at improving our retention and decreasing the attrition that some of us are experiencing? So instead of being over here and worrying and wondering and oh my gosh, everything's gonna dry up, what can we do together as leaders out there leading a team? First things first, what you can do is tell yourself, I don't own anybody or any customer that comes into my business ever. They could come in and be with me for years and then the next day leave. They could come in 1 month and just go cold the next month. They could come in 1 month and produce 10,000 group sales volume and be zeroed out the next month. So then I started thinking, oh my gosh, this is brilliant. I got to train on this because too many of us are feeling like, what can we do to hold people? And we worry versus spending time on what it is that we have to offer. Now, here's where it starts. So we've got attrition and we've got retention. I'm going to go over some tips that have been mind-blowing for me as it relates to my own organization and how I, as a leader, have to shift. Because network marketing, guys, is a very, very popular business vehicle that people are coming into, masses of people are coming into every single day, right? Little cost to invest, if little to enroll, okay? Little risk. And so there's multiple network marketing businesses. So then I started thinking today, what you and I can do if you do it right, you do it respectfully. You don't educate your people by putting others down. That makes sense? And I know we've all done that mistakenly. I don't think that that makes us look good. And I'll just speak for myself. When we compare companies and we mention names, I do my best not to mention names. So how about that? That's the tip I'm going to give all of you out there listening to this. I think our role is, you guys, as leaders, is to educate. So I'm going to give you the 3 E's of success as it relates to leading a team that you can retain. Number 1, educate. So when I say educate your new person on the industry of network marketing. One thing is, boy, it's a hot market. Everybody's coming in, and there's network marketing companies popping up all over the place because people have realized that it's a brilliant concept, a brilliant model to get their products from the marketing rep to the end consumer. So there's a lot of them popping up all over. So let's go over a few things that you can be assured that you're partnering with a successful network marketing company. And I'm not even suggesting that you talk about Nu Skin. I'm not going to even tell you what a successful network marketing company looks like. I'm going to make you go learn it. Well, you can read about the longevity of Nu Skin, but I would recommend that you go to the Direct Selling Association. Maybe you don't go there. Maybe you Google it. What makes a good network marketing company? How do I choose the right one? Some of the things that I've read and learned over the several years is that 95% of these startup companies, even though they love the business vehicle of network marketing and how they can channel their product to the end consumer, unfortunately, they don't have the manpower. Unfortunately, they don't have the deep pockets in order to sustain the demand. So that's why the fact out there, guys, is 95% of startup companies, just like Karen Johnson is mentioning, they don't survive more than about 3 to 5 years. So if your role is to educate your new people that come in, write that one down. Don't educate them to scare them. Educate them so that they understand that every day, guys, on social media especially, we're hit every day with the next shiny object. So let's talk about what you ought to be aware of or be educated on. So that is one. So let's keep going. How about the 3 E's of having or growing a successful team is how well are you educating your team members? Somebody write that, number 1. How well are you empowering your new team members? And number 3, how well are you keeping your new team members engaged? Not engaged on their own social media, engaged in maybe a team chat, engaged in maybe you've created a team group. If you're new, I don't recommend you do that. I recommend that you add them to an existing training group. Are they engaged in NS training? Are you engaged in NS training? Do you as a leader participate in the Tuesday, Thursday trainings? And when you see the notification go up in the group, which is usually always the day of the training, are you just participating, or are you tagging the rest of your team members and inspiring them to be on? And when you're on, are you communicating with your team members right now saying, hey, Karen, I see that you're on. Mary, what's up? Okay. Are you doing that? What you do, your people will do. It's no joke. So those are the 3 defining factors. And now let's dive into them individually. Educated, empowered, and engaged will keep your team members passionate and dedicated to the Nu Skin journey. All right? Many network marketers recruit as many people as possible, but don't take the time to properly train them, to properly educate them, to empower them, to engage them into the necessary groups or trainings? Like when you bring somebody on, do you have like a 24-hour training that you go through with them so that they're plugged into the right corporate team pages? Do you go to those pages and tag your person and say, hey, welcome so-and-so to the group? I mean, those are the kinds of things that leaders have to do. If you don't, this is what you will continue to create. You will continue to create team members that are not fully engaged, that lose enthusiasm quickly, that don't know how to sell. They don't know where to sell. They don't know who to talk to. They have no examples because you've never given them any example posts, all right? So that's what you're going to have if you are not educating, empowering, and engaging your team members the same way every time that you bring somebody on. That's key, guys. So what does that look like for you? If you don't have that in place, your people are going to feel abandoned. They're going to feel like they can't produce much. And guess what? The end result is they're going to leave. Now, will some leave anyway? Yes. So I started this training off by telling you and I that people are just going to leave. And we have to shift our mindset, guys, from worrying about the people that we bring into our business. Are they going to stick? Are they going to want to build? Are they going to be loyal to Nu Skin? Are they going to be loyal to the process? Even though we know that this is the best vehicle out there, you know, we live in kind of that panic area unless we start going over here and we realize where our true focus needs to be, guys, is we need to keep the energy flowing daily as to how many people we're going to offer this opportunity, product opportunity, and business opportunity. And I'm going to tell you, friends, it should not be every Tom, Dick, and Harry. It shouldn't. So we're going to go through a few things, okay? Your success is determined on these two things: how much value you provide to your team members, okay? So mentioning those things above, how much value you offer to your team members as a business partner, okay? Get in the habit of that. See, when you call them your upline, out of the gate, they feel less than you. I know, it's just, that's a normal name we hear in the industry, but I started years ago calling every single person that I bring into my business an equal business partner, because most of the time they teach me things that I never knew. And when you can do that, boom, they come into your business as equal business partners and they feel validated, all right? And then when you bring them in, do you leave them to just the pinned post? Watch this. So I've learned people don't listen to us. Anybody out there relate? Throw me a hands up. Do you relate? Like for example, in NS training, we have a pinned post called Getting Started, okay, number one. But in Nu Skin, in people's back office, we have a whole entire learning system about how to navigate your website, how to set up your My Site, product training, you know, where you can find information. Tell me if I'm the only one when I bring somebody on and say, okay, step one, very first step, girlfriend, you are going to go through the pinned post that says Getting Started. Boom, it's right there when you go to NS Training. I've already added you to NS Training, and guess what happens? They don't go through it. So here's my suggestion I'm going to give you. In fact, some of us leaders were talking about this the last couple of days. You cannot trust your new people to go through your Getting Started. I don't care what it is. If you use the pinned post Getting Started in NS Training, awesome. It's pretty much the same as the OTG Fast Start guide that you can either purchase a bunch of the Fast Start guides to have on hand. You can also download the PDF version, especially if you're building from afar. That's my favorite way to do it, okay? Because you can Zoom Getting Started. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to Zoom train, okay? Because I think that you need to know how to do Getting Started, which is called educating your team members, all different ways. The first way hasn't really worked for me much. Has it you? go to the pin post, let me know when you're done with those 11 steps. And then, because part of that will walk you through how to get logged into your Nu Skin website and how to set up your My Site. And then I want you to go through the Learning Center as well. And then get back to me when you're done with that. We think in a perfect world that they're going to go through that, and they don't. So back in the day, Karen Johnson, you could probably relate to this. We used to do these things like 48-hour training. Yeah, 48-hour training. If they were with us, it was like step 1, log into Nu Skin. Even if they did already, we're going to go through all the steps, all 10 steps. Because what are we really doing, guys? Whether we're doing it in person or whether we are doing it on a phone call and they're looking at the getting started, or a Zoom call where you can kind of have a conversation from afar. All right? You got to be able to, you have to know how to do all different ways. All right? Because they all are the same, but they're different based on the needs of your new recruit. Okay? What's not working for me is trusting that the new person is going to go through it on their own. Trust me. It's happened so many times where a month into it and they ask a question like, how do I send my customer a website? And I'm like, So what do? I go back, instead of doing it for her, I'll go back and say, let me go tag you right now in the getting started where it's at, on the pinned post of NS training. I'm going to do that just for your reference, but let's clear 20 minutes in the next couple of days. I've got this time to this time. I need 20 minutes of your undevoted attention. I'm going to send you a Zoom link and I'm going to show you where it is. And we're going to go through it one step at a time, like literally one step at a time. I may even, go to screen share, and we're gonna log in together on your Nu Skin website, and we're gonna walk through these things. So, pinned post is one way to train, but you can't just send them there. The OTG Fast Start Guide, you can tell them where to go to get it, or you can give them a physical one that they can go through, but you have to go through it with them. Because they won't go through it. They might go through a couple things. Try it, okay? What about the Learning Center? When you tell your people, you learn about products and social media posting and all this and blah, 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 blah. Go to your back office and go through the Learning Center. It's really cool. You get badges and blah, blah, blah. I dare you, first starting with you. Have you gone through the Learning Center? Completely? If you haven't, then your people will not go through it, okay? So, here's some other ways that you can do getting started. And many team members have separate Facebook groups that are not their team group, but a separate getting started group, and they don't allow anybody to post on it because it's video training. Here's video 1. This is what we're going to cover. And so it's all in order. And so as a team, if you haven't already created that, that's an idea, all right? To create, and you can get you don't have to recreate the wheel, people. You can get a lot of the getting started training from the Learning Center, from other videos that you've seen that train nicely on velocity. Whatever it is, don't overcomplicate it, but remember this, some people are visual learners, so those people, you're gonna make sure that they go through the video training, okay? Then the same video training content can be done in a PDF. Some people just wanna print and read, okay? So you have to adjust to what's the best way for your new person to go through training. Other people say, listen, on our team, every Wednesday night, we do a live getting started. And this is the link. It's called Getting Started New Diamonds. That's not it, so don't write it down. But whatever your webinar service is, the link never changes. Within your team, you can divvy out, here's the getting started steps. And every Tuesday night, we need 2 people that are going to be accountable to that night covering exactly the same thing. Don't go create your own getting started, people, okay? Because then you can't duplicate it and people are like learning all over the place. The fundamentals of network marketing getting started has not changed in 30 years. So if you've got 30 steps, you've overcomplicated it. If you've got 8 to 10 steps, you're good. But be sure that you are offering it in a couple of different ways, depending on the way people learn. Okay, let's do this. Here's the deal. You and your recruits need to know, understand, teach, and promote the best practices of our Nu Skin company. And how can you do that if you've yet went to nuskin.com and down below it says policies and procedures, and then I believe under that it says social media, blah, blah, blah. Have you read that? I would, because you need to know those things as a leader, okay? So that you can, again, cover that first E, and that's educate, okay? Here's another thing that you can do. Are you someone that every day, if you have a group that you're managing and you have a big team that you're training, one of the first things that I do, you guys, and you'll see me post it a lot of times in NS training, is I'll go to the Nu Skin business page, Nu Skin America's business group, and I'll see, okay, so what's late? What's the latest? And I will take that information and unfortunately, many of the times you can't share it. But certainly what I like to do is I'll first click on the picture. So say they're doing some promos. I'll click on all the picture and I'll save them to my phone, okay? Step one. It's gotta be step one. You can't do it any other way. Step one, save the pictures. Step two, go to the product promo highlight they just did, highlight it, click copy, boom, go over to your team group page. Before you click post paste, don't do that yet, because if you do that before you get the pictures up, then the Nu Skin website populates. You don't want to do that because then you can't post the pictures. So step one, when you go to your team group, first post all the pictures of the product promos, and then where it says what would you like to say about these, then you click paste. And then a lot of the times I'll go down at the bottom and I'll delete all the people, the corporate people that were tagged in it. We don't need to keep them tagged in it. Or sometimes I'll go at the beginning and I'll edit, some of the words. So that is staying in tune with what's going on with our company. That covers the success tip. Do you feel like your teams are educated? So the teams that are being educated, empowered, and they are engaged, okay? That equals long-term retention for that person, okay? So, team building, here we go. I could so improve on this. I think I'm pretty fun. I do a really good job leading from behind and letting my rock stars kind of run with it because they love being their person, right? I don't need to be the Palo person. I don't need that. That's not how I roll. I love the fact that all these girls like to create their own group pages and have their own identity. What it means to me is they're gonna stick because they're not gonna leave. They have all these, they have a responsibility to these people, especially when they have a group training or a group chat, you name it. But principles of team building, let me ask you a question. Are your team members thriving or just surviving? Or are they quitting? And if you're answering they're surviving, then soon they'll quit. Or if you're answering either surviving or quitting, then we gotta talk. We gotta talk because we need to put in place a program where it'll keep your people going. And that program is don't cover all of what they need to know right out of the gate. Less is more with these people that you bring on. We call it, write it down, somebody type it out. It's called progressive education. Progressive education. Are you going to just tell your team members, okay, here we go, get your pumps dusted off, you know, we're putting you up on the stage, in fact, we're throwing you on a webinar, and you're going to take a training night, you're going to create your own chat group? They're not ready for that. Thank you, Anique. So it's called progressive education, okay? That's when you offer the most value to your team, is when they're not feeling overwhelmed, all right? It empowers them, it educates them, but it doesn't overwhelm them. Does that make sense? Okay. On a daily basis, now let's talk about what we do on a daily basis. So at the beginning of this training, please type replay if you're watching this after the training. The point I made at the top of this training is this: stop worrying every day who's going to leave your business. They are going to leave. It's the nature of our business. Get back to spending time on how pumped and excited we are about our product solutions and business solutions every day. Get engaged with you as a leader, offering that opportunity or product solution to a minimum, which they call that slow, to 3 people a day, okay, that you've hand selected, up to 10 people, depending on how much time you have to invest in your business. If you're not doing that consistently, then you're gonna experience attrition. Okay, so it's twofold. You've got to have that educate, empower, and engage component in place, and it never changes. Every time a new person comes in, what do you do to those people? All right? All right? And then the second part of it is stop worrying about them leaving, okay? You don't own your people. I'd be crushed. I would have quit 30 years ago if that's all I worried about. You have to worry about inspiring change in lives around us. So be that person that it's our obligation to tell as many people that we think would make a good fit as a business partner, right? So on a daily basis, let's talk about this. You need to educate your team in 2 critical systems. I need somebody to type this. There are 2 critical systems. There's a knowledge system, which our company has already put in place. And in fact, it's really not that difficult to say, listen, Susie, you're brand new. I'm not going to handhold you to go through the learning center. I handholded you going through the getting started. But now that next step is, I need to know that you trust the process here. When do you think that you can complete the learning center? There's like several quadrants, but what I'd like you to do is by the end of the week, that gives you plenty of time, because that knowledge will increase your confidence as you build your business. What I want you to do is screen capture when you have completed. You can, if you feel like you need more motivation and you want to screen capture every time you have finished a step in the learning center, then awesome. But I will need for your chart, okay, because that's how I coach. I want to make sure that I'm giving you my all, because remember, we're business partners. You're not here to dictate. You don't own them. You're not here to dictate them. It's your obligation to make sure that you are educating them properly. Doesn't mean that you have to handhold 100% of the time in the education process, but it does mean you have to follow up with them, okay? So I gave you that. Learning about the business includes the business, how to share a business opportunity. What are the multiple ways that people can share the business opportunity? Well, we've got Insider Overview, which is a live business opportunity platform for you to plug your people in, which is awesome because you can say, and I'll be on, and following it, you and I can answer your questions and hear what you loved about it most, right? But then we've got NS Intro, which is short, just kind of gives you the points. Oh, but then I'm having a meeting at my house this weekend, and I only invite a few people. I'd be so honored if you'd be my guest. What are some other ways? You could simply talk to them on the phone and read the points about why Nu Skin, why now. There's so many ways. You can have a cup of coffee. I'm a firm believer. I love having a cup of coffee. I love setting up a Zoom call with the potential recruit. And for the first probably 70%, I say nothing about Nu Skin, but instead I ask them why it is they think I reached out to you, because I'm pretty particular about who I add as business partners, right? But there's something about you, and so I have them talk about themselves the first main part, okay? Because they sell themselves to me. I do that. That's how I roll, okay? So educating them on the business compensation plan. Are you just sending them the velocity information, or are you giving them instructions on the getting started pin post? Or are you sending them to units in NS training and going to velocity? Because if you are, learn from me, they're not doing it. They're not doing it. My people are not taking a half hour and going through the 11 steps of getting started on the pin post. They're not doing it. Do you know why I know that? None of them are. None of them are. Because they'll browse, and then they get busy and distracted. So what you do is you fix it and say, we're going to go through this together, just in case you have any questions, all right? So you also, as I mentioned earlier, I believe you guys need to know a little bit about network marketing. What makes a successful network marketing business? We have all of those elements in Nu Skin as to what makes a successful network marketing business. So go educate yourself a little bit. Go to the Direct Selling Association website, read up, learn about that. Give them an assignment about not the whole velocity plan, but ask them if they would be so kind. Next Tuesday night, I would like you and the other new girl to cover the first part of how you qualify as a brand representative on our team page. Would you be so kind to do that? Do you think they're going to be studying all day and all week long because they know that they're going to have people watching them? Or are you going to be that person that says, oh, there's the link, or you can find velocity information back there, and they don't do it. They don't do it. So we're changing our ways on our team. And then the second daily important thing that you do daily with your team is action. So step one, knowledge. You're constantly educating your team members and not just pointing them in the direction. You're not just going to the business group of Nu Skin and sharing the content over to your team page and hoping that your people read it. No, you have to educate them. You have to follow through with them. So educate them, and then action. You need to ask people. So now that you've gone through some of that, how do you think for you are going to be the best ways that you're going to share the business opportunity? What are those ways? Because I know that there's at least 4 of them. Do you know them? Start asking your team members. Not only that, ask them to train on it. Not only that, maybe ask them to do a post in your team chat group saying, these are the 4 recommended ways to offer the business opportunity out there. It's what works best for me. Start delegating these things, you guys, to your team members, okay? So that they stick around. Remember, less attrition, more retention, right? That includes prospecting and selling the product, okay? Don't just tell your people how to prospect. Don't just tell your people or give examples how to sell. Ask them to teach that now. So smart. I'm only smart because I've learned from so many darn mistakes of my own, let me tell you, okay? So yes, daily operating system. Do you have a daily operating system? I kind of gave you the beginning of mine. It's not about me, but it's about making sure that my team stays educated. It's about you staying on top of what's in the know, what's coming. So I will use those corporate sites to go to. We have a Nu Skin America, we have a Nu Skin product group. We have a Nu Skin business group. We have a Nu Skin social media group, but that's kind of phasing out. Don't go there. On Instagram, let me show you this. If you want some great posts, this is brilliant. If you want some great posting ideas that our company hires people that know how to write copy, you know what I mean? Do you know what that means? When you write copy, that means people will be interested. It's like algorithm-ish. It's like when you go look at an Oprah Winfrey magazine. I buy magazines all the time, and I look at all these anti-aging wellness taglines. I don't make those up. I go borrow them because those people know how to write copy, which will create mass engagement. So go to Instagram. You guys ready for this one? And search Nu Skin. Nu Skin has the most beautiful product pictures and word copy, okay? Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the service I use. I'll show you how you can cut and paste. I show you how you can copy word copy off of Instagram. So if you go to Instagram, you can certainly copy all the pictures and download them and save them. There's a simple way to do that. But many of you will go and go, oh my gosh, this is awesome. All the hashtags or the 30 hashtags are on that post for LumiSpa. And oh my gosh, those words are awesome. And then when you go to try to copy it so that you can save it and tweak it, you can't do that. You have to have a third-party app to do that. Which one's Traci? Okay, you guys ready? I'm gonna give you one. Repost. R-E-P-O-S-T, and there's a couple of other ones. I'll do an Instagram content creation training maybe next week if you guys are interested. If you guys are, do this, and we'll focus on that. If you're not, then forget about it, okay? So, daily basis, you're gonna do two things. You're gonna offer knowledge. You're gonna offer knowledge and value to your team members. So that's gotta be a part of your day, every single day. Maybe you give a posting idea, whatever that is. Every day offer some knowledge to your people. And then two, you better be constantly training on action. How do you present the business opportunity the multiple ways? How do you sell a product the multiple ways? Trade shows, belly to belly, Facebook events, Facebook lives, product groups. I mean, I could just go on and on and on and on, okay? It's our obligation to teach our people that. Okay, I'm seeing all your guys' thumbs up. It's brilliant. This platform that I use, you can literally go on Nu Skin because remember, I haven't hired somebody to write my copy. But if you go to their posts on Instagram, there's thousands of people and the words are perfect, and it means the algorithms have more eyeballs seeing it. There's a reason why when the Oprah magazine, she doesn't write her content. She has a word copywriter write it all. Okay, creates curiosity. So with that said, let's go on to the next one. Yes. Yeah, knowledge is interesting, guys. It's a tough one because we're not in a cookie cutter business, right? So when you develop your team members, some require more attention than others. Some people, they just blast off and they go do their thing. And I'm so grateful that I've got many partners that have done that. The Amy Flanagans of the world, the Dodie Glovers, the Melanie Schnitzers, the Kelseys, all these amazing people that I'm learning from them because they're so self-sufficient, okay? So there's those people, and those people won't do quite well if you dictate to them, do it this way or else. Don't do that. But then you'll have people that will need some more hand-holding. They will need to know, well, I don't get it, Traci. I'm not socially savvy. I don't even know how to create a Facebook, but I'm really eager and I have desire. Okay? I don't know how to post. What do you mean I have to edit these pictures in a photo app? I don't even know what a photo app is. I don't even know what an app is. Okay? So you have to know how to plug your people in. Mindset. Some people need some more mindset. So knowledge, guys, is it's not just a few things. I would say the number one thing that I teach on the most individually to my team members is getting their mind right, mindset. So even I opened tonight, guys, right? and said, come on guys, this is a business of ups and downs. This is a business that can sink you if that's all you do is focus on, oh my gosh, who's gonna leave me next? Oh my gosh, she didn't order a product from me for 6 months. What am I gonna do? Okay, so you gotta shift your mindset back over to what your obligation is. This is your obligation. Your obligation is to not convince people to stay with you. It's not to convince people to keep buying product from you. But instead, you guys get stuck over here. I do too. I do too. Okay? So come back over here, and your obligation is really these two things, and we'll close. Our obligation, you guys, is that we represent the best product line out there. We represent one of the best business vehicles out there. And it is our obligation to just be the messenger, just offer the solutions to people in product category and business category. And some of you have heard me say this before. My favorite term to use in both invitations is, would you mind? Hey, you know what I do. I develop a customer network offering wellness and anti-aging solutions, and I also offer business solutions. And I just think that, oh my gosh, the way you take care of yourself. I've got some new solution products that I have been blown away with, how they've worked on my face. Would you mind if I shot you over some information on that? And smile. When you ask, would you mind? They'll all say yes. Sure, I'll take a peek, okay? Or many of you just blast everybody that you know in your family and their friends, and then you go into their friend groups and you send, Lumi Spa videos and say, ooh, and here's my shop link if you're interested. Ooh, don't do that. Seriously, do not do that. Ask, here's what I'm gonna challenge you guys starting tomorrow, and prep for it. Write them down tonight before we go to bed. What 3 people tomorrow are you going to ask permission to send them over some fab product information on True Face Essence line corrector? I'm just throwing something out there. Simplify it. What 3 people are you going to say, would you mind? Okay? Write that down. Somebody put 3 people that you're going to invite. Would you mind taking a peek at? Did you hear me? I didn't say send it to him, did I? I did not say send it to him. I said, who are you going to invite? Who are you going to invite to say, would you mind? If they don't answer, next. All right? So how do you do that? Well, you can ask, would you mind via text message. So if these are friends or tennis friends or workout buddies or church friends or this friend or blah, 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 from texting. You can send, if they're socially media savvy, you can send it through Facebook Messenger. You can send it through Instagram. You can pick up the phone and make a phone call. You could do a Facebook Live about, would you mind? You could even title it, would you mind? You could even title it looking for, this week I'm looking for 3 brand ambassadors for some input on a frickin' kick butt anti-aging product to take a peek at. You could do it that way too. So 3 of those, and then what was the next one, you guys? 3 people every day. Think about that. If I just hired you and said, I'm going to pay you $10,000, okay, I'll even dumb it down. I'm going to pay you $2,000 a month starting today, but this is the only requirement. Starting tomorrow, I need the 3 names that you are going to reach out and ask, would you mind taking a peek at a product that I'm just now really launching in the US market? Think about that. You can say that about any one of our products, because it could be that you're just now focusing on it, right? So what 3 people are you going to focus or invite to take a peek at a product that you're launching right now and you're focusing on as you are a marketing rep, okay? I want names, and I want a screen capture of the message that you sent them. So you're not going to go out and send them and blast them with the information first. They have to respond with a yes, I'll do it, okay? That. Then 3 people that you are going to say the same thing. hey, Susie, I've been watching you. I know you're crazy busy, but damn, or darn girl, you're so socially savvy and you're just all over the place traveling. It looks like you've got a big network. I happen to be expanding right now in the US market, and I'm looking for like just a handful of key people. And I don't even know if this is a fit for you, but I'll just wait for your response. Would you mind if I sent you some information for you to take a look at? I'd love your input and see maybe it could make a good fit. Do not send them anything until they respond. Think about that. 3 product invitations, 3 business invitations. Do that every day, and I'm gonna hire you, and you have to send me your stats each week, and based on your success performance each week, okay, we might need to tweak a few things, but that's your only job requirement, and I'll pay you a salary of $2,000. If you don't do that, you're fired. Think how simple that is. Many of us would look in the mirror and say, we would totally fire ourselves, right? Because we're just all over the map. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope that you guys find it valuable. I think we need to, the main point, I'm gonna close with this, we need to get back from stopping worrying about who's leaving us. It'll kill you in this business, you guys. It'll numb you from moving forward. The reason why you're not growing is because you're over here. Stop. Go over here and just start believing in the amazing opportunity and product platform that we get to offer every day to people. 3 and 3. Somebody write that. 3. Yeah, thank you, Mary. 3 and 3. Start tomorrow. Watch what happens to your business when you do that and you track it. Then you'll stay hired, right? And then when you duplicate that, your team will experience retention instead of attrition. So with that said, Traci Palo here, chiming off, gonna go to sleep and get rid of my jet lag. And I'll see you back Thursday. It may not be me, it may be some friends that I'm plugging on, because I am excited to have you experience so much more training from some amazing leaders in the future. Okay, take care, guys. Bye for now. Let me know if you loved it. Bye.